Thank you very much, Sue. All right.
Hi.
I love your
Hi.
background. I'd love to be
Yeah,
there.
the
Glad
last
you're on safari.
my
All
trip
right.
to South Africa. Yeah.
Beautiful. Sue, I like to bring people on because, I could talk all day about this, and you know that. But I like people to hear from people who are actually in our course, who have had a session from me, who are starting to learn about the lymphatic system. Would you mind telling everybody why you were looking to learn about the lymphatic system? What was going on with your health?
Well, at the time, I was had just gotten finished treatment for breast cancer. I was diagnosed in 2019. It was stage 3, so it's pretty serious. I went through chemo, surgery, double mastectomy, and radiation. And when I got done with treatment, um, things started happening in my recovery that I couldn't handle. I mean, my skin was flared up so bad I looked like a burn patient. And I mean, I couldn't eat anything. I basically went back, my body reverted back to when I was like an infant, because that's the way I grew up. Allergic to everything, horrible eczema, horrible constipation. And so I just realized I had to find something. I was seeing a manual lymphatic drainage therapist, and I finally started seeing her on a weekly basis. Also saw an acupuncturist, but the thing was is that I couldn't do anything myself. I with the MLD therapist, if she would go out of town, I would have a flare up. My acupuncturist, it's like I couldn't do it myself. So I started looking for self lymphatic drainage. And I, found all kinds of stuff, but it actually felt more like a cosmetic thing on a lot of sites. And your site was the first one that I found that was really spoke to me. That I was like, everything you said, I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. So that's when I found, your class. And even I sat in on a couple of these Monday night calls, and it just made sense. Even the basic, when you started teaching the lymph man shoulder shuffle, I could feel it. So
Right.
that,
That's what's nice. You actually can feel it, right? And it's just doing something for 30 seconds and you actually feel it, right?
I know, yeah. So that's how I ended up here.
Well, that's great. So, how have you find the course? Is it overwhelming? Is it something that you
Oh,
have to keep up with? That have you had some benefit from it?
yes, definitely. I started having benefit from it right away. The nice thing about it that I found is that it's so self-paced that I can sit and do part of a chapter. I can do 2 chapters. I can do whatever, and I can do the self lymphatic drainage that you teach. And it's like I can feel the class working. I can learn about the lymphatic system. I'm drinking more alkaline water, changed my diet. I'm eating a lot less too, but then I can feel the lymphatic drainage, the methods that you teach, and it just works so well. I mean, I've gotten so much out of it, and I just started.
Now, based on the course, all right, you've been in there, is it just for people who've had cancer, or do you think this can
Oh
benefit
no,
everybody?
no, actually, I wish I'd found this years and years ago. In fact, I'm going to gift my niece the course, because she's a young mother. Her son has all kinds of problems, like I did, and I think that honestly, if I had had this ability before that I could do on my own, I would have maybe not even had cancer, because it was in my lymph glands, in my lymph nodes. And once that blockage happened, the way I feel is that it just builds up. It's toxic waste. It builds up, and then I mean, that's only makes sense to me. Then it turns into some kind of cancer.
Right. We're a cellular being. And when your lymph system can't clean in and around your cells, right, it's trying to pick up this waste. If it gets stuck, then that's going to become inflammation and get more and more toxic as time and the years go
Right.
on. So,
Yeah.
right. That's my whole thing, that if people can actually learn to maintain themselves, not only when they're not well, but even when they're well, they'd have a much better life, as you just said. But everybody, it doesn't matter who or what, needs to understand the basics of maintaining the lymphatic system. It's just science that we can no longer ignore. Now, you've also had, now I go on 3 days a week and you get to watch me. How do you like that? So you're
I
not
love
just in the
those.
course, right? You're not just in the course 3 days a week. I'm doing something from the course so you can see maintaining my life.
Right. I love those. They come on at a perfect time right before I start my yoga practice. And I don't even know how long they are, but they seem very short. And then you just go through these basic, simple things, and you can feel it. And then, and it's just such a nice break. And then I go into my yoga practice. Sometimes I go back because I like to be able to replay things. So sometimes I go back and replay them. And, you know, those are really helpful. It's like you learn something in the class, in the course, but then you also get to apply it with the self-lymphatic drainage, with the little vignettes that you do on Facebook.
Right, because
Really
people
like
are
that.
busy. People are busy. I deal with very busy people or very sick
Mhm.
people, and going through a course, they have the time, but not to stay in the course. And that's why seeing me, it's like Weight Watchers for your lymphatic system. Seeing me a few times a week, and you say, "Oh, geez, I have to do that too." And over a
Mhm.
few weeks and months that you're with us, you get it, and then for the rest of your
Mhm.
life, you know how to maintain yourself. Now, you've also had. Part of our course, we give away a few sessions, not the giveaway, you purchase a few sessions with me. You had an onboarding call with me. Was that useful with the course to sort of
The
straighten you out?
onboarding call was very useful. It kind of went through how to even do the course. Like, okay, where do you click? I mean, how do you even get into the course? Like simple basics like that. I've found working with you and Eileen and Fallon very helpful, because it just makes it so easy, but it's also personable. It doesn't feel like I'm just a number. It feels very like I can ask anything.
We're always there for you, always there
Mhm.
for you. Now, you got to have one of my sessions. Again, I am a medical intuitive. I'll explain that a little bit more. How was my session that you had the other day?
Well, that was wonderful. It was so relaxing. Eileen said it would be relaxing, but the way you walked through it, when you said, I'm on your right side now. And for the people that might not understand, it's remote. So I was listening on headphones and John was walking around in his own space, and he was telling me what he was doing. But when you said that you were on my right side with your left hand under my neck and the right hand, I think, on my shoulder, I felt a tingling down my right side. And as you opened up different areas of my clavicle, my diaphragm, I could feel the tingling. And then what was really cool is that since I've gone through all this cancer treatment, I've had problems with my lymph system backing up, and definitely a problem in my diaphragm and my abdomen. And you noticed that. And since I had that session on yesterday, hasn't bothered me at all. And that was bothering me on a daily basis with the
Some-
itching and fluid.
Sometimes we're just stuck, and that itching, right? That itching that you're feeling is waste building up under our diaphragm. It creates a lot of problems: back pain, abdominal pain, can limit lymph flow out of the upper body. So I'm glad you felt that. I know we had a big release on you there, and it needs to it needs to be maintained. Sometimes we can just release something and people will do really well, right? And it won't bother them. But I believe for most people, we'll open things up. We need to learn how to maintain it a little bit, and that's what the course is all about. Any last remarks for anybody who'd like to maintain their health?
I really can't say enough about how good this course is. I really did a lot of research, and I haven't found anything with the quality and the depth that's there. It's like I didn't want something that was just going to maintain my skin, my face. I wanted something that would really maintain my whole lymph system, and that I could do it myself. Even my acupuncturist and my MLD practitioners have both said that they've noticed a change in my lymph system. I don't have the backup that I used to have. And I haven't been in this course for that long, but they've both noticed how much better I'm doing. So I'm very grateful.
That's great. No, it doesn't take long. Once, and in the first lesson, you're draining your head, face, and neck, and you're beginning the system to open up and get going. So you feel it from the first lesson. All right, Sue, I'm glad you came on. I'll let you get back to the safari. And I really appreciate your coming on and telling people, because again, I could tell people all day long, but I want them to hear from people who come into the course and benefit from it and are able to take care of their lives, you know, going on in the future. Thank you very much, Sue.
Thank you, John. Thank you.